What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a very special guest. Not only is she one of the top producers in the entire state of New York, she's also my beautiful fiance. It's not her amazing smile that makes her so special, but it is all her accolades and the bag that she has ran up. Let me read you guys some of her accomplishments, okay? She's a 6-time stage winner. So in our company, that means you have ranked number 10 or less internationally. In the entire company, we have tens of thousands of agents, so that's like a huge deal. She's a 17-time Founders Club member, means you have really good quality. 7-time President's Club member, means you write a lot of business and have really good quality. The first woman in company history to win March Madness. But what makes her so special isn't just all her words, because she's got tons of those. It's the purpose behind it. You know, Carmen's been impacted by life insurance. She knows the importance of it. So thank you for getting a chance to sit down with me and answer some of my questions today. But Carmen Arroyo, one of the best in the business.
Mm-hmm. Hello, sweetie.
But we're gonna get a chance.
So nice to get him down for 10 seconds. Spend some quality time together.
This is the only way we can do it.
I'm just kidding. Okay, what's the first question you got for me, sweetie?
So, you have a really unique story, okay? Being that, you know, you're a product of life insurance and you know how real this product can be, but share a little bit about like what life insurance, like what made you get into the life insurance industry?
I think it was just a chain reaction of different experiences throughout my life. I think the biggest thing was like, I didn't like school. I didn't like listening to people. I liked to go to beat my drum. That really hasn't changed much. I think you can agree with that.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But when I dropped out of college, I obviously at that point in my life, I understood what life insurance was, because when my dad died, it paid for me to go to school, supported me and my mom, and it just wasn't it. I went through a series of like depression. My best friend died, came home, needed to get a job, started working at a gym, and then this is why I'm saying the things that you do in your life could possibly lead you to paths that you're meant to be on for the rest of your life. So I went from working at a gym, talking to everyone, you name it, every ethnicity, age, learned how to have natural rapport with these people because I genuinely care, I have a big old heart. And then in that moment, didn't want to work at a gym, working the desk, got into working out, then working out into selling products. Then from there, I was like, okay, this is a dead end. I want to make more money. Then I went from there working to a call center, which I worked like aside, like in a professional association.
Yeah.
And I would call like the senior vice president of Victoria's Secret merchandising in a 15-minute phone call, close them on a $1,500 deal, and MasterCard starts with a 5. Always been in sales. So I think the idea is at that point, I was like, okay, I'm good on the phone. And my friend was like, what do you want to do next? And I was like, okay, so I've got the skill of being able to communicate. I've got the skill of understanding what phone call dialing is. I understand what rebuttaling and closing is. Okay, so I want to stay in sales, but I'm not making a lot. To me back then, $1,000 wasn't really a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's in like 2014, 2015. And then we went on Craigslist. That was reputable back then. And we applied, and it's like
crazy. That was
100,000
ad ever.
Yeah, everybody talks about it. They say they still have Craigslist because they think they might find the next Carmen. But and that was really it. So I think for me, how life insurance impacted me is because when I saw that ad, and then I said, wait, this is real. I can make how much doing something that can help someone that helped me. And I felt an immense calling, and then I just hit the ground running and fell on my face for 4 months.
What do you think helped you, like when you were in retail, bartender, when you were in the fitness space, like what do you think helped you that you applied into the business when you got in the business that helped you have the career that you have?
Everything. Literally everything. From rapport, which is conversations, listening to people. I think the biggest thing is when you work in customer service or as a bartender, all people are either talking to you because they're lonely or talking to you because they're complaining. So I think the biggest thing, it really made me great at listening to understand people, not necessarily just listening to respond. And I think that's why I'm able to find out what someone's biggest, deepest desires are and truly hear them. Important.
Now, for you, a lot of people have your story twisted because whenever like agents on the team hit me up and they want to talk to you, a lot of successful people in the company, like they just took off running. Their career was just like rainbows and sunshines at the beginning. That was not your career. So like share with everybody. Like, we had two very different start of our
Yeah,
career.
you had an easy way.
Yeah. Like at the beginning of my career, you know, I was able to make like 100,000 within the first 6 months. But like share your experiences like for your first, you know, X amount of time.
I guess you had a taste of the olden times because you were in the field, right?
Yeah,
So, you know, when I first started, nowadays when agents are starting to realize how great they have it, like working from home, they can dial on a cell phone, they can click a lead that's in an impact. Honey, I was walking around with a big 3-ring binder with a printout of my leads and calling from a cord phone in the office.
Yeah, that's trash.
And I would have to drive to houses. I would go 1 hour this way, 30 minutes this way, 20 minutes this way. And I would, instead of seeing like 8, 10 people a day, I'm only seeing like 3. So in the first 4 months of my career, I made no money.
It's wild. Most people would have
Literally
quit.
nothing. Most people would have quit. Yeah.
Good thing you didn't.
And you know, I think that at that point, like I said earlier, I hated school so much. I only went to school because I loved to play sports. That's the only way anyone got me to do anything. But in that moment, there was nothing that I studied harder than that test. I failed the test I failed twice. Came home crying and I was like, oh no, if I pass this test, so I'm gonna pass the test, right? And you're like, oh, I'm gonna figure it out because I passed this test and I didn't waste 4 months. I didn't come this far just to like
Come this far.
Yeah. So I think that's what it was. I'm a hard-headed learner. So
You are hard-headed.
Yes.
You are
So I had to fail to figure it out. And I don't like error. That is something that is true with me. I don't like error happening. So I don't like making the same mistake. If I can find an answer or a solution to it, I apply it. And I just heard the same thing so many times. I'm like, no, this is what I'm gonna say. And then that was it.
Makes sense. So now, fast forward, you know, you've been in business for 9 years, almost 10 years. You've been one of the most consistent producers in company history for the past like decade. Mm-hmm. Because I always tell you that your superpower is your consistency. Like that's like your superpower. You always wake up, you're always ready to go to work, traveling, you're trying to work, like you're very consistent. What do you think has been your secret sauce? Like that juice to be able to just stay so consistent?
There's just so many things. So if I just say one thing, is that everybody has purpose. Everybody has a commitment to themselves. And I feel like there is so much that I still have left in the tank. And if I don't do that every single day to my fullest capacity, because consistency doesn't look like I'm in it 100 every single day, right? I just think it's like 50, 40, 30, 50, 40, 100. But I'm still pouring into my cup and my effort.
Yeah.
And what?
No, I was just saying.
Right?
Yeah,
So like, I just think that for me, if I'm not the best version or I'm not doing everything in my power, then really I'm regressing in my life. Because maintaining is like really just maintaining yourself to death, like nursing yourself to death.
No, I feel that.
So I just don't want to be anything less than what God has put me on this earth to be.
Yeah, no, I feel that because every day is different, you know?
Yeah.
And especially today where a lot of people want that instant gratification. Like they want it now, they want the Chick's Nest now, they want the Lambos now.
It's crazy.
I think you do have to stay rooted and just be able to do like the boring, monotonous, like tedious stuff every single day, even when like the results may not be there, or you know maybe they are there, but you just got to keep like chipping away.
For sure. Until you find someone else that can help you, right? Like do those mundane things that you don't do. Because when you do those things, I used to sit there like 8-9 hours a day, but then I realized that my time is worth more in the field, so then I can pay someone else to do those
like
mundane
use leverage.
calls, and then I'm in the appointments.
Now for you, you're really good at this. Like people always come to you about this because I feel like one of the biggest things that stops people from being consistent is they have like some catastrophic life event happen. Like they broke up with their girl, they, you know, whatever it may be. You name it, something happened in
Their
their life.
dog died.
Yeah. Like something's happening and it just throws a whole wrench in this whole consistency thing. And like you've had to go through some shit in your life
Yes.
and you've been able to
A
work
lot.
through that. and you've been able to stay consistent. What would be your best advice to somebody who's struggling to stay consistent through adversity?
Of course. I think that first off, I think it's based off like emotional intelligence, and I'm not the most intelligent human being in the world, but
I know, you're pretty smart.
But a Carmen 10, 12 years ago was a different version of Carmen now. So this younger generation, what I feel with instant gratification, their moods change based on when they get something fast, what they see. I just think that when I was younger, I didn't understand my emotions. I didn't go through enough. And I think that at this point in my life, I literally have lost the closest things to me in my life. I've been sick, I've been hurt, I've been in the hospital, I've got cancellations, I've had clients die, I've had a dog that, you know what I'm saying? So I think that it's nothing new. Like, life is gonna happen, it's gonna smack you in the face, somebody's gonna dump you, you're gonna get in trouble, your parents need you, like, the world doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So therefore you cannot stop. The moment you stop is like, again, you're feeling backward instead of forward. So I just think that if there's something I cannot physically tangible, like pull or move or control, I can't do nothing about it. I can just control how I react. Okay, so, and then I read this once, and it's true statement to this day, and I've followed by it the last like 5 years. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but it works for me. If I'm feeling upset, down, you know, I lost my aunt to cancer 4 years ago, and old me would have been like, oh, I gotta like grieve, like I'm like, I can't bring her back.
Yeah.
Right. So Beyonce gives herself one day.
You said Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Queen Bee?
Queen Bee. And when I read that, she says if it's something that's like so painful and hurt or you're sick, and I think about it all the time. How many times have you been sick?
Not that many.
Not that many, right? The worst day you get sick is the very first day.
Yeah.
Right? And then after, usually like when you feel that your fever, like everything, after 24 hours, your fever breaks. I'm good to go. I work from home. I sit there.
Yeah, I do the same. I don't never understand why people would take off
a week.
Like maybe like a day, but
a week. That's crazy to me. This is not Spanish influenza. So I just think that the hardest thing that I'll say for that is just being emotionally intelligent and aware of what's going on, what you can control, what you're doing, and how you're reacting. Because it's energy in, energy out. That's really it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you know, a lot of people quit because of the adversity.
They're soft.
Did you ever have moments in your career where you thought about quitting?
In the interview?
Just like in general?
Yes. Wow. I mean, can we speak freely?
Yeah, 100%.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Back in the day, the way that I'm gonna say undisclosed. So from what I understood, the job was a salary position with commission. And to this day, I will tell you, if I thought it was just 100% commission, I would have not taken it. And that's why I tell everyone, like, if you've never been in 100% commission, you don't understand it, and you might not ever.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful that I misunderstood that it was about. I guess it was you could make 100, but in my head I read like you can make it out. And then I went through the first interview. Then I was in the class, and then all of a sudden I hear this guy. The very beginning, you hear the guy next to me goes, "Door knocking," and I'm like, "The hell's door knocking?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Did you read the Glassdoor reviews?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "We go to people's houses and door knock for insurance," and I was like, "What?" And then I leave the class and I call He's like, "Calm down. I'll explain to you later. You only go door knock to people who don't pick up the phone. Like that's it." I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be like extra. Would you like some life insurance? And he was like, no. He was like, calm down, get back in the class.
I actually miss door knocking. I like door knocking.
That was the best. Honestly,
at first I hated it because I came from playing college football and I had so much ego and pride. And I remember one day like vividly, like when I almost quit when I was brand new. I was like maybe like 6 months removed from football. I used to being in stadiums with like 80,000 people, like excited to tell people that I played college football. Fast forward 6 months, I'm like knocking on Billy Bob Joe's door, like in the middle of nowhere, and I had like a mental breakdown. I was just like, yo, like what am I doing with my life that I'm here just knocking on this random ass person's door, trying to sell them some life insurance. But then after I got used to it, I actually really liked door knocking. You can get hold of so many people.
It's the best because they don't really answer. Back then it was like the house phone was on the card,
Yeah.
right? So like when you go there, they're like, wait, what? You're like, you're literally working in that area.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't do that now, unfortunately, Zoom, right? And it worked. It was like great. They're like thankful.
Yeah. But now fast forward, okay, that's like the beginning of your career. Had to go through a little bit of ups and downs. Now, obviously, now things are way different. You've been one of the most dominant producers in the entire company. But I think something very unique because it is a male-dominated industry. There's a lot of dudes that do really well. I'm not saying there's not a lot of females that do really well. In my opinion, I personally believe that females have the higher potential to do like way better than males. But for you, like, what message would you have to all the females out there that are either like in the business or just like looking to get into business or just like in sales in general?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is that people have sales as this like slimy idea, like, but if
Yeah.
you guys really understand like the perspective of how it works, everything you do in your life is you're either buying or selling. And the more I realize that like in exchange is like, hey babe, what do you want for dinner? And you're like, I don't know. I'm like, can we get tacos? And you're like, let's do pasta. And if I agree with you, you just sold me on the idea of pasta is better than tacos. And I
do that
went
all the
to,
time.
what did we eat Sunday? We ate.
I'm just kidding. I never would argue.
Yeah, that's okay. But the idea is like, I think that when women go into sales, they need to not feel that like they don't want someone to get mad. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've seen with new women is that they're like a little timid in the beginning, even though they may not be timid because it's, you know, like waters they haven't been in.
Yeah.
But they just have to understand that anything you do is going to be an exchange. And if they either are buying from you or they're selling you, meaning that they don't need anything, when they realize that, they'll move differently
Yeah.
with confidence.
Yeah.
And that's what I see a lot of times.
More just like
they're like
educating.
Yeah, the more
Yeah.
educating them versus selling, because it's not a handbag. I'm not selling a car. I'm not selling, makeup.
Yeah.
You are literally solving a problem for someone that they may not even realize that they have, because life is always going. People don't stop and look around, or you're giving someone something that they've been looking for.
Yeah.
So it's easy. So it's one of those things they just have to realize.
And in our business, like, it doesn't even work when you just try to push a product down people's throat, because it doesn't matter if they buy a policy, keep it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, 2 months. Like, if they cancel it, it didn't.
I don't even know what it looks like to force someone
Yeah.
into a
You're good
policy.
at that stuff.
But I don't even know what it looks like. I don't even know if I ever.
Oh, like, or doing it.
Yeah, like I would
Oh.
never even know if I was, because I don't. That wouldn't be how I am.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if anyone ever felt that like they didn't want it, and they didn't want to see me, they just log off.
Yeah.
Like, whoop, the phone died. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah.
well, I guess I was that good. They couldn't even say no, right? I didn't realize that. But I think that the forcing part, if they feel comfortable enough with you, they'll just say like, hey, like I'm not interested, and be like, yeah, rebuttals as it is. But I've never been able to like,
Like, force a product down people's throats.
yeah, like not force. Like they couldn't see it, but.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it's like a dad that's single that's 6 years old with a
Like,
12-year-old,
you're
oh
passionate.
no, I'm
Yeah, you're
this
passionate
is
as
being
But
negligent.
that makes it, no, that's good though. Like, that it should be that, because you're
Care.
making a product. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not
it's
doing it
not
out
for
of like,
myself.
yeah, you're not doing it for like money. You're doing it
It's not
for
about
them.
money. I could make $10 on a policy,
Yeah.
and I'll still pick up the phone for the same way for that person, just the way I do for someone who spends $1,000.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also, one thing that you do really good at on your presentations, like not shove a product down people's throats, you do a really good job explaining it, because life insurance can be a topic where it just can be confusing. Like, people don't know too much about it and read into it, which, like, I don't know why you would if you're not in the business or like if you're not like in the market for life insurance. But what would your advice be to explain life insurance in a very simple way? Take complicated subjects, make them very easy. That way, the average person off the side of the street who's looking at getting the policy can understand.
Yeah, of course. I think you need to know who you're talking to. I think that's like first and foremost, because someone who's 18 speaks English, someone who's 30 speaks English, but 18-year-old lingo is very different. 40-year-old lingo is very different, and 50-year-old lingo is very different, right? So the best way I always teach is I teach indirectly, so therefore, and I bring it around. So like if I talk culturally, I'll teach someone like the difference of like someone who's young, if they have car insurance, the rate that they're paying for that, but their life is far more valuable than their $25,000 car. Why would their car be covered for $300-400 a month? You all pay the value of your car X amount of years, but you can get a $100,000 policy for like $60. Like that doesn't make sense.
Makes sense.
And actually have living benefits. So they're like, oh, that. So like the comparison for me when I teach like that is one of the biggest things.
Analogies. You do.
Yeah,
use a lot
I do a
of
lot of analogies and comparison because it's real. It's not, you're not speaking gibberish to people. And I always do it where if I teach, I have them repeat it to me. And I think that's really important. Visual and then verbal when I write it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then for you, so like another thing, you're very good at. Well, let me rephrase this. You have a very unique way of staying organized to help you kind of like stay on track of like what keeps you productive and what keeps you producing at a very high level.
We call this organized chaos.
Organized chaos. There you go.
Trying to help.
So obviously, let's pretend like somebody, they master the whole consistency thing. They get good at the sales presentation, like they just, implement the stuff that you got to be a chameleon in the presentation. Walk us through like a day in life, because I feel like that's one of the most common questions that I hear like all the time. Like, what do you do? What's your schedule?
I
you've
work.
been asked that question like a million times.
I work.
Just work. So like, walk us through a day in life.
I'll give you today's example.
Today,
I woke up at
let's do it.
5:50, no alarm. My body wakes up, phone dead. Had to ask you what time it was, right?
Yeah, you did.
Get up, make a coffee, put a load of laundry, wash the dishes, clean the kitchen, check DocuSign, left the house, I'll brush my teeth, get dressed, left the house at 7:30, got to my nail appointment 8, came back home 9:40, got dressed, sitting down with you. I am probably 10 minutes late to an appointment right now for a client, and I'm working 21 appointments today, and I have a break between 2 and 4. I'll eat, send out more DocuSigns, and I'll be done at 9.
It's not glamorous. I mean, it is glamorous, but it's not glamorous. You gotta put in a lot of work. So, okay, now the reason why you sacrifice all that, because that's a grind, that schedule.
But the thing is, I think that people that have too much time are like unhappy or unfulfilled, and I'm not saying like that's a bad thing. But I think when you have too much time and you start to waste time, and that's what I'm saying. Like I get crazy when we're on vacation after like 2-3 days. And like,
we talk about that. We get when sometimes we're done at like 6. We're like, what do we do now?
You're like, this is what people do. Just sit here. He's like, it goes crazy. He's like, thank God you're done working or you're home. But like, I'd be like, okay, I guess I would learn a different language.
Yeah.
Like I
don't know what I would do, to be honest.
Learn a different language.
I think I just
learn
get
how to
really
sew.
good at pickleball and just beat everybody's ass.
Yeah, like I would come out of retirement and go back to work after a month. I'd be like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I seriously, I don't know what I'll do.
So what is your goal? What's like your vision? Is there anything that you want to accomplish within the business that you haven't already done?
I think that the rest of $1 million in one single year as a personal producer, that's on the
bucket list?
Yes, for 2026. I think that all I would like to say as a personal producer, I think that there's a lot of things that I've done that I'm super proud of and blessed to do. But I think that what I want to do is take everything I've learned and apply it to other things around the business.
Oh, like a different parallels?
Yeah, like just pivot.
Yeah, makes sense.
And do that. And still obviously be an insurance agent, but I think that like I couldn't work 4 days. Like I just don't even know what I would do. Maybe things would be different when I have a dog.
One day. You already got a dog.
I know. No, I'm serious. Like I just think that at this point, like I just couldn't see myself being a high functioning person.
So
working. $1 million a year, $1 million woman.
What's the most business you've written in a year?
600. I want to say 600. I think it's 600.
I think it was like
76.
Yeah.
It
was like
676 or something.
Now I know you hate talking about money, all right? But the people have to know, because somebody watching this doesn't know anything about our business, how our company works, how our compensation structure works, or how life insurance works. They're not gonna know.
Do the math. 65%.
Even more. But how much?
70%.
Okay, you don't have to tell me the number. Plus or minus your biggest year of income, plus or minus $500,000.
Plus.
With no team, just
No team,
writing business.
And residuals too.
And residuals. You got to tell the people this. What is your residuals? Like if you were like, you know what, I'm done working, I'm not
My
selling
true
no more
pi-
life
I
insurance.
can't-
Nah, like what you would get paid like next month. Like what you're gonna get compensated next month.
In the next 4 days.
Yeah, the next that is
next
the
4
12, yeah.
days.
Shout out to the 12.
Probably like, I'll probably hit 18 grand because my anniversary just passed.
18 grand for all
it
the
was
previous
50, yeah.
sales that you made. Shout out to you. Rent's on you this month.
What? Boy. Follow the man.
Now that's super dope. That's a huge accomplishment, especially as a personal producer.
I'll never forget when I got my release check when it was like 9 months in, not even a year, but I was like,
Yeah,
I was like, the day that I'm at like 3,000, I'm gonna get my own house.
I
I'm like
know.
3,000.
And then you
That
get
felt
bougie,
so
then you
low.
take the trips, then you
Yeah.
realize like that's no money.
Yeah, no. But it's just so crazy to think that like it went just, it's real.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I first got mine, I thought it was like a glitch. I was like, did the company like mess up? Like they pay me extra money? Yo, was it an error?
Surprise.
Yeah.
No, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the residuals, huge.
Last question. Okay.
Okay.
So somebody watching this that may be in the business, may not be in the business, whether you know it or not, like you're a role model. It doesn't matter. You're a role model to other people. They aspire to produce like you. They aspire to be able to operate at a high level like you. If they want, not to be you because there's only one Carmen, but if they want to accomplish some of the things that you've accomplished and are going to accomplish, what's one thing, or just a couple of things you would tell them to focus on?
Don't focus on the things that you are doing. Focus on the things that you're not doing. Eliminate what?
That's a good one. I was reading this. I think it was a.
Because it's like I do this and no. What are the things? That's great.
Yeah.
What are things that you're not doing that you need to be doing?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the stuff that you do. So like I can write a lot of production, right? But I wasn't working consistently.
Yeah.
So my excuse is like I can produce, but I wasn't working consistently.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, what if I do both?
Yeah.
Consistently. Very simple. Every single day.
Just
That
like-
ends in a Y.
Trying to find the kink in your armor.
Yeah.
And I think it's so easy for people to gaslight themselves and like ourselves. It's like thinking that you're
complete
doing
ownership.
right.
That's another thing. Like you are the problem. You're the reason it didn't work out. Even if maybe it wasn't you, it's you. That's why I said like 100% accountability. Control yourself.
People have a hard time with that.
It'll, yes, certain things, yes. I think, but in your business, you have to do that.
Sure.
And other places, maybe yeah, a little bit be stronger at that point. But I think that if you can't be accountable, either like so it's a business.
Yeah.
So if something goes wrong, guess who's to look at? It's not the manager, it's
Yeah.
the owner,
Yeah.
and that's my name. So I have to make sure everything that's going on is good.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So,
I love it.
yes.
Thank you for getting a
having
chance to
me.
spend some time with us today.
Yes.
Gave some juice. Some
My
heat.
phone is blowing up right now. Tiffany's like, where?
I feel you.
So-
Gotta love it.
okay.
But that is today's episode. Hopefully you guys were taking notes, took something from it. I will see you guys on the next video.